Carolina basketball is back in action tomorrow. Please, can we get our eyeballs on Derek Dixon?
This is Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to Locked On Tar Heels.
You are Locked On Tar Heels, your daily podcast on the UNC Tar Heels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, what's up? It's Friday, October 17th, 2025. Welcome into the Locked On Tar Heels podcast, the only daily North Carolina show out there. I'm your host, Isaac Schade. You're joining me at the place to get your Tar Heels content every single day. It's all part of the Locked On Podcast Network. I want to thank you for making us your first listen or watch to get your Friday going the right way. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. Get it started today. Want to give a special shout out to the everydayers here with us, all the members of the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, which continues to grow by the day, and our Locked On Tar Heels insiders. Great to have you all here. Here's where we're headed on this Friday ahead of some great Tar Heel action. Basketball scrimmage tomorrow in Cherokee, North Carolina. I want to give you some things I'm watching for in that. Carolina football back in action tonight, not tomorrow, Saturday, tonight, Friday, late. Get your naps in right now. We'll get ready for that game. Marcus Ginyard back in Carolina, working at the university. We'll unpack that and what I think he might be getting into. And Saudi Arabia? Question mark. I'm Ron Burgundy. Like, what on earth? Before we dive into talking about the scrimmage, I do want to let you know, because I know a lot of people have asked me about this, so I want to give you the information on it. Carolina announced that single game men's basketball tickets are going to go on sale next Tuesday, October 21st at 10 a.m. Eastern. And y'all, this is like a concert ticket moment. You got to be ready to go right then and there, because they're going to be gone like that. The best way to do it, do not be calling the ticket office. Beep, boop, boop, boop. No. GoHeels.com is the most efficient way to try to get in on this. Please hear me say, do not make a phone call. You hear me? Okay, great. 19 total games. There's the one exhibition against Winston-Salem State, 9 non-con games, and then the 9 ACC games. Remember, there's only 18 ACC games this year, all right? You heard it here. Buy it. GoHeels.com. Do not make a phone call. All right. Carolina is back in action tomorrow. The last public exhibition intra-squad before a week from today. Carolina is at BYU. Are you all ready for that? I am amped. Let's get that going. And so this is the great opportunity to see Carolina in action. And it's going to be a great thing when Carolina goes to do that next week, because you know how it goes with teams. You get tired of playing against yourselves. You know what I'm trying to do, and I know what you're trying to do. Like, it's just good to see other jerseys. So let's get those BYU guys going. I've said it before. Very, very wise of the program to make this trip to Cherokee. Remember, they were supposed to do it last year to play a scrimmage against each other, the blue-white scrimmage, before it was moved back to the Dean Dome. Before, unfortunately, all the events of Hurricane Helene that devastated Western North Carolina necessarily made that move back to Chapel Hill. And so it's so cool that the team is going back. It's kind of honoring that, and it's just a great thing to do. So I'll give you some more details about it, but what I want to do right now is give you things that I'm specifically watching for to happen. That said, from some sources, it sounds like we might not get footage this time. Several of the sites that, the main sites that kind of cover North Carolina as beat writers, like on the ground doing it, we're told that they can't this time around. So, maybe some random person that's not an entity affiliated with whatever will film it, but Carolina is not allowing it to happen this time. So just heads up, we might not get footage of this one. Maybe we can get some like I said previously, my parents are going to be there. Maybe we'll get some firsthand intel from Scott and Cindy. How great would that be? Would love it. And so that'll be wonderful. But here is what I am looking for. 4 things I'll give them to you. Number 1, I said it when Coach Rob and I did our live rewatch from the blue-white scrimmage. The single biggest disappointment to me was the fact that we did not get to see Derek Dixon in action because he was being held out. There's been so much noise and so much news around him lately, kind of rising up, maybe even getting the main backup point guard minutes behind Kyan Evans. allowing Seth Trimble, allowing Luka Bogavac to do what they do more freely and capably. And if that's true, which I hope it is, that would be great news. I need to see it in action before it's against a BYU or Winston-Salem State. I need to see what's happening with that. I want to see how it looks with him leading a team of his peers, whatever it is. So I hope we get that. Number 2, the big, from the blue-white scrimmage was turnover issues. Careless. Now, caveat, that's what happens when you have scrimmages, right? It's like an all-star game where dudes are just throwing the ball around and you're less careful. You're not running actual sets, and I get all of that. But that said, I'd like to see a cleaner game this time. Make tough plays, go get after it, but let's be a little more careful with the ball. Again, there's going to be sloppiness because it's a scrimmage. Whatever, that's fine. But that's what we need to see. Number 3, I want to see competitive drive. How often this offseason have we heard all of these fellas talk about how much everybody on this team wants to win, which I love to hear guys say that. I don't care if I score 1 point or 37 points. As long as there's a dub in the record book at the end of the day, I'm be happy. And so I want to see the guys out there competing again, as they did blue and white, man, they're getting after it. I want to see that again. Number 4, I want to see them talking. This was the big, or at least one of the big issues from Coach Davis last year, was that the guys just didn't talk. And it manifested itself most on defense, where Carolina was unable to be even a modicum of that top 10 defense that they were the year before. Got to get back to that. And it starts when the guys open their yappers and talk to each other. I fully expect that because Caleb Wilson's talking crap. Who was it? One of the interviews we got recently from one of the guys was he saying that Kyan Evans talks a lot of smack? I want to hear that. I want to see Seth Trimble directing traffic, every bit of that. Henri from the backside, doing what he needs, all of that. I want to see him talk. And then, so that's the 4 things I'm watching for specifically. Derek Dixon playing, clean up the turnovers, competitive drive, and talking. But also, I'm curious if they keep the teams essentially the same, maybe adding Derek Dixon to the team, that Seth Trimble was running point for last time, or do they mix it up? Remember last time you had both of your starting front court guys, Caleb Wilson, Henri, Veesaar, on the same team. Well, they split them up. I'm just curious to see what that looks like. What are the teams and what is the format? What is the structure of this event? Is it because the blue-white scrimmage was just 2 12-minute halves? Are we getting something like that again? Or will it be like a true type game like that? Or will it be more situational stuff and just working through that? I'm curious to see that. And as a bonus, at the end of the day, we talk so much about the business of doing this, and we're so hard on all these guys. It's a game. It's a game that we love, and that's why we're here, is because we care about it so much. So honestly, in a season that's going to be pressure-packed, it's going to be filled with difficulty, that's going to be, hey, we got to perform because we got to take care of Coach Davis, and who knows what's happening there. I just want this to be a moment for these young men to have fun, enjoy playing this game they love. Because how often do you get to play basketball in just a cool high school gym anymore? That's not a thing for them. So have fun, fellas. There's not many opportunities like this left. As a reminder, there is a dinner tonight at Harrah's Resort there in Cherokee. That's a separate ticket that you can buy. I'm not sure if those are still available or not, but I have looked, and there are still tickets available for the scrimmage. So what it is, tomorrow, Saturday, there's an autograph signing that starts at 10:30. That's a $25 ticket. I was just looking. It's like $29 with taxes. And that autograph signing ticket is what gets you in also to the scrimmage. It's not a separate ticket. So if you want to go to the scrimmage, you got to buy the autograph ticket. I don't think you got to go to the autograph signing, but you got to buy that ticket if you want to go to the scrimmage. So there it is. There you go. And since it sounds like we're not going to get footage of this, man, if you're somebody that's going to be there, I would love to hear back from you. Or maybe you get some videos that you could share with me and that I can watch and kind of break things down. We want to hear it. Let us know. Maybe you even record a video of yourself. Not portrait mode, but landscape mode that we could put into the podcast. How fun would that be? Anyway, if you're going and you're going to be there, we need on-the-ground boots reporters to report back at what you see. All right. It's been an odd to put it one way, an odd 2 weeks since Carolina got throttled by Clemson, and now they're back at it. There's been a lot that's happened since then. What on earth should we expect as Carolina travels to play Cal? We'll talk about that in just a sec. Right after I tell you about DoorDash, it's almost the weekend, and it's time to look back and crown this week's MVP on Who Delivered, powered by DoorDash. Just like you can win every Saturday with DoorDash Streaks, saving more every time you order, this player keeps delivering when it matters most. Let's break it down. For Carolina, it's not something a current Tar Heel has been doing, but man, it's been cool to see Drake May killing it in New England, man, making a name for himself. He's like the 4th ranked fantasy quarterback this coming weekend. It's so cool. And he's delivering in a big way. Just slicing up defenses, making the Patriots relevant. When the pressure is on, Drake keeps coming through. No hesitation, no delay. And if you've been watching week after week, it's not a fluke, man. He's delivering. He's on a streak. And just like Drake is delivering for the Patriots, DoorDash delivers your Saturdays. With DoorDash Streaks, you can save every Saturday you order. Stack it up all season, and you could save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday, keep the streak alive, fuel your game day only with DoorDash. Terms apply. Promo period runs all the way through November 18th. This episode is also brought to you by Supply House. When the opening whistle blows on a new repair, get your crew moving forward with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting projects, while their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. Do you need parts fast for a project? Supply House has next-day delivery. Talk about a game changer. The part finder tools and 3D schematics can save you hours on jobs where every detail matters. Their Trademaster perks like priority shipping, dedicated support make the whole process go smoother. So join the free Trademaster program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and a dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com to sign up for free and use promo code SHCollege5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service. Carolina at Cal. Tonight, 10:30 p.m. ESPN is the network you need to tune into. Yes, it's late, but you better believe we're going live even after it's done because I am a sicko. That's just what I do. And also I live in Central Time, so that buys me an hour back. Oh, man. Golden Bears favored by 9.5. And that's the thing. Preseason, this was getting into the part of the schedule where it's like, you know what? I don't know what this Bill Belichick year one era is going to be like, but this is where Carolina could get some dubs on the scoreboard. And where we sit now, things have changed a little bit. Because we thought, Carolina, get past non-con. Maybe you're 2-2. Maybe you are able to beat UCF down in Orlando. You're 3-1. Probably get beat by Clemson because they're a preseason top 14. But then you get into the other 7 ACC games, and you should probably be able to rack up 4, 5, or 6 of those, right? Well, Cal was picked 15th in the ACC preseason. They appear to be quite a bit better than that. Carolina was picked 8th in the preseason ACC poll, and they appear to be quite much worse than that. Thank you very much. And here we are. Carolina is playing an ACC game at Cal with Bill Belichick as their head coach. If there's not a sentence that more appropriately encapsulates 2025 collegiate athletics, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Again, hear me say, Carolina is playing a conference game at Cal with Bill Belichick as their head coach. Welcome to 2025, everybody. And I just talked about Drake May in that ad read. Is it ironic to anyone else out there that Drake May, Carolina guy, is making the Patriots relevant while Bill Belichick, Patriots guy, can't make Carolina relevant? You know what I mean? It's kind of, yikes. Okay. What on earth do we expect after what we saw at Clemson and then the whirlwind and wildness of the last 2 weeks with all the rumors swirling midweek last week and then Coach Belichick coming out for his Monday press conference and categorically false was the statement about all of that. It's like, There's something every day. I don't know what to expect anymore. It's crazy. It's bonkers, and who knows? But what we do know is that last time Carolina played, they were coming off a bye week. And I was hopeful that some things had been worked out, that some things had been put together, and things weren't worked out or put together. In fact, it looked actually worse. So what am I hopeful for tonight? I mean, I'm just hopeful at this point that Carolina could at least make Cal wait till the second offensive play from scrimmage to score a touchdown. That would be one play better than Clemson. Too soon? Maybe it might have been. But you know what I mean? It's like, just like going into the Clemson game, I was like, there's nowhere to go but up. Oh boy, that was, speaking of categorically false, I was dead wrong on that. So what have you learned this time around? Because you got another off week, and we'll see if anything. Here's a reminder as you think about what to expect tonight, a reminder of what Carolina has done in their 3 games against Power 4 competition. They've been outscored 120-33. They have not made it to 15 points yet. They've scored 14, 9, and 10. And they've scored 4 total touchdowns in those 3 games, only one of which was in the first half. The other 3 of those 4 touchdowns were scored in the second half of games that Carolina was down by 3 or more scores. Something's got to give, you guys. At some point, it's got to get better. So what's the hope? Can Carolina get to 15, to 20? Can they score 2 touchdowns in the first half? I mean, it's just like, can we just take a baby step? Those are the things we're looking at. Let me give you 4 things, though, specifically that I'm watching in this game. Number 1, a tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast, whatever. Who is quarterback 1? Because Gio has been practicing, Gio Lopez. Max Johnson started the Clemson game. And I personally continue to stand by. I believe he deserves another game to get a shot at it. I'm not going to be shocked at all if Gio Lopez trots out as QB1 tonight, though. We'll keep our eyes on that. Number 2 thing I'm watching. It ain't just Carolina's offensive woes. Cal's not that much better. These are 2 of the bottom 3 teams in the ACC in terms of total offense, like total yards per game. These are 2 of the bottom 4 teams in the conference in terms of points per game scored. So what we're watching for, can either offense string it together? And honestly, that might be based on which defense is struggling more hard. But which offense can find something, anything? Please, Carolina, can we have a modicum of offensive success? Number 3 that I'm watching for in this game, Carolina has to make life difficult for true freshman quarterback JKS. If you'd like to try to pronunciate his name, good luck. I would like to honor him well by not trying. But JKS, true freshman, 9 touchdown passes on the season, but 7 interceptions. He's been sacked 12 times. Their offensive line has a bit of their own struggles. Carolina has to apply pressure. They got to get into the backfield, and even if they can't get to him, make him think, make him hurry up, make him speed up. Carolina is obviously without Thad Dixon, probably their best defensive player at cornerback. I mean, on the defensive side of the football, but they're missing him at cornerback. And so the line, all the more so, has to step up and make life difficult so that the secondary doesn't have to defend for as long. Have to get to him. And JKS had a great start to his collegiate career. 3-0, completing 67% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. But in their last 3 games, that completion percentage has dropped to 57.3. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions in those 3 games, with Cal losing 2 of those last 3. He started their last game. They were hosting Duke. He was 13 of 16 to start the game. I had picked Duke in my pick'em. Sorry. And I was like, dang it, that's a bad pick. And then he just stunk after that. No touchdown passes, 3 pick. I mean, it was bad. So can Carolina get to JKS? I'm watching that. Number 4, what is Cal's defense going to do? Because similarly to what their JKS has done, their first 3 games look great. 15, 3, and 14 points allowed. Since then, 34, 24, and 25 surrendered to San Diego State and Boston College and Duke. So I don't know what to expect. Is their defense going in the wrong direction? Is that a result of, hey, JKS hasn't been doing as well at quarterback, so that puts us as a defense in a bad position? I don't know. But that's what we need to watch for. What's their defense going to do? What else do you need to know about Cal? In addition to JKS, their lead running back is Kendrick Raphael, 93 rushes for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns. Wide receivers, 2 of them I'll tell you about. Trond Grizzle, 24 receptions for 400 yards and 1 touchdown. He has the most receiving yards, but the most catches, the most receptions is Jacob De Jesus, 34 for 301 and 2 touchdowns. The most touchdown catches is tight end Mason Mini, M-I-N-I, 26 receptions, 279 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So there you go. That's the other kind of skills position, guys, to be keeping your eyes out for, in addition to JKS. Get your naps in, guys. 10:30 tonight on ESPN, Cal by 9.5. And look, there is no reason for me to pick Carolina to win this game or cover this game or score 15 points or to stop Cal from scoring over 30. So my prediction, Cal 35, Carolina 14. I would love to be deadly awfully wrong. But the smart thing to do right now is to bet that, or to predict that kind of score. So that's what I'm giving you, 35-14. All right, Marcus Ginyard back in Chapel Hill and Michael Lombardi visiting the desert. We'll look at all of that and our weekend whip around coming up in just a second. Right after I tell you about Rougiette. Guys, you probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you've even tried them. But if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rougiette Go Long. That's exactly where Rougiette's Go Long comes in. This isn't just another pill. It's a total game changer for confidence. The process is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly to your door. The effects can last up to 36 hours. That's confidence all day, all night, and even into the next day. So are you ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Well, head on over to Rougiette.com and use promo code LOCKEDONCollege for 15% off your first order. That's RUGIET.com, promo code LOCKEDONCollege. And make sure to use our code so they know we sent you. This episode is also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer that you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if that bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across their app. When you use FanDuel, whether it's parlays, player props, even jumping in on the action live, it makes watching football even more exciting since you got a little something extra riding on the action. So whether you're a casual fan or you love diving into the stats like I do, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much more exciting. How about some ACC regular season championship odds? Duke leads the way preseason at plus 155, followed by Louisville at plus 220, then Carolina plus 700, a little bit of a drop off there. NC State at plus 750, Clemson 1900, and Virginia plus 2200. Interested in that or anything else? What are you waiting for? Get in on all the action. Visit FanDuel.com to download the app and get started today. Some fun news midweek this week. 2009 national champion Marcus Ginyard is now working at Carolina. This is awesome to hear. Great dude, just doing all sorts of stuff all over the place, serving the community. Love it. And now he's on staff, and his title, his role is Director of Special Projects. Very specific, right? And when you read the release, like from Carolina about it, it's a bunch of word salad, if we're being honest about it. Here's all the various things he's going to do and who he's going to report to. Like the direct thing is he jointly supports leadership in the offices of public affairs and finance and operations. Okay, cool. It's awesome. He's back. He's helping, and I love that. Here's the part of the job description from the press release that stands out to me. Let me quote this to you. Quote, Ginyard will also play a key role in community engagement and planning efforts for the future development of Carolina North, working closely with university and community partners to advance shared priorities, end quote. You know what that says to me? Remember after this year, what's going to happen in the athletics department? Steve Newmark is in. Bubba Cunningham fades out as athletics director, but Bubba's staying on to work on like special projects like Carolina North. It is not going to surprise me in the least if a massive part of what Marcus is doing is working with Bubba Cunningham to figure out just exactly how Carolina is going to go about getting a new basketball arena that's going to be part of that expanded campus where they're doing a whole bunch of new stuff. And when you see all that community part working closely with university and community partners to advance shared priorities, like Marcus going out into the community, going out to Carolina leadership as well, and making it all synthesize and play well together, trying to figure out what it all looks like and how to do it. It's one of those tea leaves moment where you just like, yes, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of different pots that are a lot of different irons in the fire that Marcus has going. But man, I'm trying to read between the lines there. And that's what that's telling me is I really, truly think that's what Carolina is looking at for where they're going to wind up building a new basketball arena. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Marcus is a big part of that. So that's just my take on it. Could be deadly wrong. But, I've read between a few tea leaves in my day. I've read between a few lines and I've read a few tea leaves. That's the way I should say it. Okay. On Thursday, Carolina football staff in the news yet again. I mean, it's just constant at this point, right? A daily deluge of what's the news today, what happened. And just when you think there can't be crazier news, there is. Just after lunch on Twitter, Pablo Torre reported, quote, multiple sources tell me that UNC general manager Mike Lombardi left the team in August, 2 weeks before the season opener, to fundraise in Saudi Arabia. A lot more in the episode beyond that, more to come, end quote. There's an episode out today of Pablo Torre talking. Now, there's been a lot of speculation since that happened of like, okay, Paul, because it's just kind of like whatever. And it sounds like, though, from now more reporting directly from the school, that the Saudi Arabia part is right, but the fundraising part, some kind of truth to that, whatever. Shelby Swanson, reporting for the News and Observer, quoted UNC Vice Chair for Comms Dean Stoyer, who said, quote, Michael Lombardi did travel to Saudi Arabia at the request of a Saudi national who is a college football fan interested in supporting Coach Belichick. Earlier reports of meeting with the PIF or investing in UNC are inaccurate. And so there, the PIF, by the way, is Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. It's worth literally like $1 trillion, where they invested in like Live Golf and all of that kind of stuff. That part of it they're saying is false. So like what has been reported by some other, I think maybe from The Athletic, from actually Brendan Marks, who was on the show recently, they had done some reporting. Stoyer went on to clarify for Shelby Swanson, quote, I can confirm that the report of meeting with the PIF to invest in UNC is inaccurate. So that's not a thing. And then per another UNC comms official, quote, Michael Lombardi did make a preseason exploratory fundraising trip to Saudi Arabia at the invite of the hosts and funded by hosts. And so I think that's the nuance here, is that I think the original story that we're hearing is that Lombardi went to investigate, like at his behest, like, hey, could Saudi Arabia's PIF invest in Carolina football? When instead, it sounds like the truth of the matter is that he was invited to go. Here's my take on all of this, though. I don't care what and I know like the Big Ten has been looking at different avenues for finances, like private equity stuff. I don't care what the facts of the matter are. My takeaway from this, my take on it is, since Coach Belichick was hired, the news cycle is unending, which is great for me in my job because I always got something to talk about. But it is crazy and off the wall and like, what? Always. And if there was going to be potential Saudi investment in North Carolina or any investment in North Carolina football, why is it specifically North Carolina football, and why specifically Michael Lombardi going to do it? Why wasn't that at the athletic department level? Like, if Carolina is looking into funding something or fundraising, feels like that should be at the Bubba Cunningham level, because that's part of the job, especially in this day and age. Or, similar to the Big Ten, Oughtn't that to be maybe at the ACC level? But regardless, I don't know why it would be specified to Carolina football. That just doesn't seem to add up or make sense. It's weird to me. It feels off. And so I just, it makes no sense why it wasn't, even if it is Michael Lombardi, like why didn't Bubba go as well or something like that? And then, you've got to ask, like, this is just, what do you want to do as a university? Where do you want your money to come from? And how do you want that to look? I don't know the answers to those kind of questions yet, but those are the kind of things you got to ask and think about. And in this new day and age of college athletics with the House settlement and everything, you got to figure out how to stay afloat. So I appreciate that they're continuing to try to do that. And we'll just see how it continues to play out. All right. Last word for today. It's our Project 28 weekend whip around. And I am parched, so I need a quick drink. Forgive me. Let's start with field hockey. The ladies are 12-1, 5-1 in ACC play, second in the nation in the new rankings after knocking off Virginia in Charlottesville last week. Now got 4 of the 11 first place votes. Tonight, they are at another top 10 matchup, number 9 Syracuse. I said tonight, that's this afternoon at 3 p.m. ACC Network Extra. They're staying up there. Sunday, they're playing at Cornell noon. It's actually streaming on Cornell's website if you want to watch that. Women's soccer, 9-5, 3-3 in ACC play. They are down to 23rd in the nation. Tonight, they are at SMU in Dallas, 7 p.m. on ACC Network Extra. Men's soccer, 7-2-4 overall, 1-0-4 in ACC play. They lost Wednesday to UAB at home, 1-2. They're 17th in the nation. Host Virginia Tech Sunday, 5 p.m. ACC Network. Volleyball, man. The ladies are cruising, 13-2 overall, 6-0 in ACC play. 21st in the nation, another doubleheader this week. These are both on the road. At Boston College, Friday, 7 p.m., ACC Network Extra. At Syracuse, Sunday, 2 p.m. on ACC Network. Cross country in action this weekend, today actually, in Madison, Wisconsin. Nutty Comb Invitational, women run at 12:50. And then the men at 1:30, a little bit after that. So there you go. There's the weekend whip around. We'll see what happens. Carolina hopefully can get some wins, and we'll be back on Monday to talk about it. If we are able to get footage from the Cherokee high school Carolina intra-squad scrimmage for basketball tomorrow, we might do another rewatch on Sunday. But again, it sounds like we might not get footage this time. So stand by for that. Just stay tuned. If you're not already have bell notifications so that you get notified anytime we go live, you need to enable those on YouTube. And if you've not subscribed on audio, do that as well. If you've not joined the Locked On Tar Heels Discord, man, we would love to see you in there. That link's in the show notes. Absolutely free to join. You want to go next level with the show, Locked On Tar Heels Insiders. That link is also in the show notes. Direct access to me, free access to all of my stats and charts and data and stuff like that. You guys, thanks for being with us. Another great week. We will be live tomorrow after the game. Yes, I know it's crazy late, but if you're a sicko like me, come on in, man. It'll be fun, or it'll be a therapy session again. But until then, peace.